This is the refresh animation. It plays every single time you swipe up to load more content or update your feed on Instagram in this example. But this actually makes your phone slower. See, every time you swipe down to refresh your feed on Instagram, it has to go out to its servers and fetch the content that it thinks is best for you and it should be in your feed. This takes time. If there wasn't a loading animation, it would look something like this. That looks janky and broken, so a loading animation was added in to fill the time it takes to load new content. But here's the thing, a loading animation actually makes the app slower. This is because to show you the animation, it takes additional resources and time to fetch those resources to display it. So if Instagram actually removed the loading animation, your app would probably run a little bit faster. But luckily, the difference is negligible and this won't be happening anytime soon, so you don't have to worry about your apps looking janky and broken every single time you refresh. But refreshing isn't the only secret your tech uses to work. Take the iPhone keyboard. It seems pretty simple in theory. Whichever key I tap, that letter should be added to the user interface. And yes, in essence, this is how the keyboard works. But when the iPhone was first being developed, this was not going smoothly. See, at that time, iPhone screens weren't 6.7 inches. They were actually really small. And compared to the size of your fingers, the virtual keys were insanely tiny. So if you type the phrase, "I'll see you there," you might have actually just ended up typing this. But then an engineer came up with a new idea. It looks the exact same as a normal keyboard, but under the hood, the hitboxes for the keys are dynamic. This means if you type the letters T and H, it'll make the hitbox for the key E a lot bigger, since likely that's the next letter you're gonna type. It's this system that still powers the iPhone keyboard to this day. But this isn't the only thing apps do underneath the hood to trick the human brain. Take Spotify or Apple Music. The random shuffle feature for songs on both apps are pretty random, right? Well, it turns out no. Check this clip out from Steve Jobs.
You know, we've gotten a lot of people that say our shuffle's not random. Well, it really is random. But sometimes random means you've got two songs from the same artist next to each other. So what we've added is Smart Shuffle to actually make it less random.
What was happening is that users started complaining that the songs they were getting were from the same artist. This doesn't seem random, but it actually is. Being random doesn't mean different things every single time. It means a random selection of anything, meaning you could have the same thing back to back. There is a chance that having 4 Polo G songs back to back to back is actually random versus having 4 completely different artists. That's the reason it's called a random shuffle. But humans don't feel like that's random. So platforms had to make complex algorithms to randomize songs that in turn would actually just make them less random. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and watch this video next to see how Spotify Shuffle actually lies to you.